Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Tina. Can somebody tell him thank you? All right, this is Saturday Morning Makes with our girl Jill Norwood here on the YT and on Instagram, and she's also on Facebook. If you want to know and see everything that was created for today's make, put in your search engine Sat More Makes, and all of the creations will come up via YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. For every day is a day of thanks when we look back over our life and we think about what God has done for us, right? And then I hope you had a wonderful and awesome time on Black Friday, because everybody that rock with Tina knows that she loves her some Black Friday, right? But the pandemic has changed a lot of things, because I went to get that newspaper and it was so thin. A lot of stores did not even do a Black Friday newspaper. And I just was like at because we missed Black Friday last year, so I was excited. That's one of the things I like doing. I know you can go on the web and look up the flyers, the newspaper, or the circulators, or whatever they're called, the sales paper. That's what they're called. I know you can go online and look up the sales paper, but it's nothing like going on Thanksgiving morning, getting that fresh newspaper, and sitting all day on Thanksgiving, thumping through those sales. So that was one thing that I look forward to doing every Thanksgiving. All right, so it's different. But I hope you had fun, whether you went out to the store or you sat at home and did Black Friday shopping over the web, right? All right, so we here with our Saturday Morning Makes, and I just got two small few makes for you on today. I had this die in my stash, candy cane die, and I wanted to play with it. I'm using all scraps, you all, because I have been going through my scrap bin. So I have a whole scrap drawer, and then I have a whole basket of scraps. And once those two get filled, I always try to go in and separate them. So I'm in the point where I'm putting away my Thanksgiving fall harvest craft items. I wanted to take all of my craft scraps from fall harvest and Thanksgiving so that I could put them in the bin, right? And then I still have some scraps out from summertime I need to separate. So that's what I've been doing. These are remnants of card stock that was in my scrap bin. So I thought these would be great to make some candy canes. So this die comes with two pieces. It comes with the backer, and then it comes with the topper, which gives you the stripes. Now, it's abundance of candy cane dies out there that you all can purchase or whatever, but this is what I had in my scraps, so I wanted to use it. All right, so I made some candy canes, red and white tradition, the real mint, right? And candy canes are dear to my heart because I always think about Granny, who was my grandfather's mother, so she was my great-grandmother. And one of the traditions for Granny was on every Christmas, she would get these very thick, like this thick, candy canes. And they would be this thick, and they would be like 24 inches long, right? And she would bring everybody that entered that house. They would get a candy cane, and then, of course, everybody got their present from her, which was some type of pajamas, underclothes, socks, hat, scarf, things that you always need, right? Those were her gifts. And so candy canes takes me back to the days of my great-grandmother, Granny. All right, so back then it was the real sugar cane. Those candy canes, when you broke them up with the hammer and you put a little piece in your mouth, it opened up your nostrils and it melted instantly in your mouth. You didn't even have to chew those candy canes because it just melted. That was the real sugar canes. It's not what we getting today, right? Today you gotta suck, and then chew to break down a peppermint. Not back then. So those was real peppermint candy canes. So this is where my mind goes anytime I think of a candy cane. Now, in years past, I have noticed that they have come up with flavored candy canes. Or, yeah, you can call them candy canes because they're not necessarily minty, right? They have different flavors. Now, this pink and white, I have not seen a pink and white candy cane, but I created these especially for a few people in mind, right? Because they love pink. So, I created some pink ones, but these yellow ones, I have seen the yellow flavored candy canes, right? The yellow flavored candy canes, and they're yellow and white. So I made some lemon. They have a lemon flavor. I have purchased them. I have tried them. Do I like them more than the peppermint? No, I do not. But nevertheless, they're candy canes. So I made some yellow ones as I was thinking about the lemon flavored candy canes. And they have since come out a few years back with a grape flavored candy cane. Have you all tried them? Now, you know I jumped and shouted when I saw the purple and white candy canes, grape flavor. I did like them. Did I like them better than the original peppermint candy canes? No, I did not. Because it's something about that authentic taste of a peppermint cane, right? But it was nice, and guess what? It was purple. So you know Tina pull that right on into the basket, right? So you all, there are different flavors. I've seen some orange and white ones with the orange flavor candy canes. I've seen green and white that has a green mint taste, but it is not a peppermint type taste, right? So there are different colors of candy canes. So I just use my remnant. Like I said, this die has a backer, and you just simply put the topper on it that gives you the stripes. So that's my first make for today. All right, I'm gonna put these over here to the side. Who loves a good peppermint candy cane? Leave it in the comments. All right, my second make are these adorable ginger stamps. Oops, I'm dropping. These adorable ginger stamps. I love these. Again, I use nothing but scraps, right? Nothing but scraps. I made green ones. I made red ones. Yes, I love them. So, I used this die set from Alina Crafts that was gifted to me some years ago. I don't know if it's still available or not, but this is what I use. I use the smallest one. Everybody that's been rocking with Tina for some time knows I love all things postal, right? So when I pulled this out in the summertime, I had intentions on using it, and then it got pushed to the side. So as I'm cleaning up and restoring things, this popped up again, and I had enough scraps. I said I could make some Christmas ginger stamps, right? It's a lot you could do with this. You could use this standing alone just like this. You could take it and put a hole here, add you a bell or a bow and a hanging element. It can become a tag. You have room on the back to write a to and from or a message. You could use this in a journal. You could use this in Happy Mail, just to gift like this. You can use this as a center of a card, a 3x3, 4x4 card, right? All right, so what is the size of this? The size is 1, 2, 2x2 and a 1/4. Okay, that's the size of this stamp. Now, I use this Fun Stamper's Journey postage. It's called postage stamp. I use that on the corner of this stamp. Okay, if you see it in person, you can see it much better. Now, for my ginger, I use this punch right here for my ginger, and I want to show you all what I did, because as you can see, I cut the gingers. Now, let's show you. When you cut the die comes out like this in 2 pieces, right? So you get this piece and you get this piece. I took this piece of paper and the scraps of this printed paper, I adhered it to this and cut it, you know, to shape. That's how I did it. Then I went in with this powder puff chalk. I love this chalk ink to distress like my edges or to distress a project. I really like the way that it looks. As a matter of fact, I like this powder puff ink a little bit better than Tim's oxide inks. I know it's supposed to be like a chalk ink too, and when I used it and I had a finish, I don't know, I just didn't like the chalky feel of it, and it really looks like sandy chalky. Does that make sense? But the powder puffs, it is a chalky ink, but it to me leaves a more distressed, settled look. All right, so I used green ivy and I used the red hot. I love these powder puff chalky inks. All right, so I adhered the scraps to the paper, to the cardstock, and then I inked around the edges. And then you have to take it, because there's no backer to this die. Once again, I like dies that have the backer. It makes it easy. So I had to create a base. So what I did was I took this stamp set on a piece of cardstock. I'll just use this. And I adhered it like this, because I have to make a backer to adhere everything to. So I adhered the stamp to the cardstock, and then I just cut it out. And that's how you get this. Okay? So that I can have a backer. Once I had the backer, now I'm taking the square where I put the printed paper, and I'm just adhering it down in that hole. All of this is cut out. Okay? That's what I did. Now, the next step I did was I punched out this ginger. I punched it just halfway out, because all of this bottom I don't want, right? Then once I punched it out, I took it, I put it here to where I wanted it to be. I'm not doing the whole ginger. As you can see, 1/2 side of the ginger is gone. I put it there. I flipped it over. I simply take my scissors and I cut what I don't want. It's shaping the ginger, and this is what you have. Okay, let me do it on here so you can see what I'm talking about. You can really see. So that's all you're gonna have, and that's the ginger. That's what I used. Okay, now after I cut the ginger, I went in and I stamped the face, and I used this set right here from when I was gifted this. I used this several times, so I probably won't show this again, but this is what I use. You could use any face stamp. Peachy King has face stamps out, and Jill has a Jill's favorite with various sizes on that set. You could order that set as well. All right, so I went in and put my face down. I went in and put my icing around, and then out of this same punch, out of this same ginger punch, you see we have a bow. So I cut that bow out with some, this is the piece of scrap that I cut it out with. So even using this was in a 6x6 pad, and this is the perforated edge that's left after you take the 6x6 sheet off. Don't throw that away, because small punches like this you can use. So this is exactly what I used that was in my scrap bin. Okay, so I cut out these bows, red and green. All right, so now what I did was I went in, after putting this middle piece down, I put adhered my ginger, and then adhered my my bow, and this is what I got you all. I really love the way that these turned out. And then the last touch I did is I went back in with the chalky ink and I chalked ink all the way around it because I wanted to mute it. I wanted to mute the crispness and brightness of that green paper. All right, so these are my makes for today. I really had fun messing with these. Like I said, all of this is nothing but scraps, right? Do not throw away your scraps. You can make some beautiful, beautiful projects, embellishments, and things of that nature with your scraps. So again, if you all want to see all of the creations for today, put in your search engine #SatMoreMakes. Everything will come up. Everybody that submitted a video with this challenge, it will show up under #SatMoreMakes, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. All right. Till next time, it's always my prayer that you all stay blessed. Most of all, that you keep creating. I'll see you all on the next video. Have a great day.